Hey guys, Alex here and welcome to another edition of Momentum Charting. Today we are going to be getting into a much needed update on fuel cell technologies. The market right now, some very interesting things appear to be on the brink in the next couple of weeks. Looks like we might be in for an increased period of volatility and potential things happening in the Qs and the larger indices. So guys, you are going to definitely want to stay up to date on all of the market action from now until the end of the month, the next 2 weeks for certain. The only way you're going to be able to do that is subscribing to this channel. I'm planning on doing a bunch of update videos every week, usually do 2 to 3 per day, trying to grow the channel. So if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe down below. Thank you so much for doing that. Ring the bell notification, hit the like. Doing all 3 of those will ensure that you get all the updates, not only on FuelCell moving forward, but the rest of your favorite stocks in the market that I'm going to be updating on a consistent basis. Thanks again. So with that out of the way, let's dive into the chart here of FuelCell. As always, I am on the daily time frame, and as we discussed last time, everything was basically in a bearish alignment on FuelCell, and nothing honestly has changed on that, guys. I had this trend line in place on the daily, which was the most important trend line we needed to break above in order to start gaining upside momentum to take us back to this resistance zone around 1248. That did not happen. Let's zone in here to the 1 hour, which looks to be like a significant time frame on FuelCell. I pointed out this trend line here around 709 to 715 or so, and I also had drawn this important downward downsloping resistance line on FuelCell, hoping that we would somehow be able to hold this line of support and start trending here sideways at support between $7 and $7.15. Guys, that did not happen. We have since broken downward and starting to put 1 hour candles in well below the line of support that we had drawn last time. And yeah, it's just continuing the bearish action that we pointed out in the last update. And I'm a little hesitant to say here what could potentially happen, but we just pull out here to the daily, and we can clearly see that breaching this line of support is no small thing here. This is not healthy in the chart of FCEL, and to me the next real line of support is down here all the way at $3, okay? But there's always a chance that that could break to the upside, but clearly we need some help on this 1 hour time frame. Guys, we need to break this 1 hour downtrending support line, and we need to break it to the upside, and it would be nice if we did it quickly. Breaking this and start putting in a series of higher lows and higher highs, taking us back above this line of support around 715 and back into these areas, and instead of having this as a resistance, having this line as a line of support would go a long way, really, to letting FuelCell consolidate and potentially start moving up to higher prices. That is what I'm hoping for. I don't know if that's in the cards right now, guys, particularly because of the undertones of the market right now. It looks like we are going to be in for a period here, potentially, of an extremely volatile, bearish type consolidation scenario in the broader markets right now. You know, the alignment of FuelCell has just been so bearish for the better part. How many months has this taken place here? Since, yeah, early February this year, prices have retreated. Let's get a ruler out here and see exactly what's going on here on FuelCell. Yeah, almost 80%. So that's a huge drawdown in price on FuelCell over the last 5-6 months. Pretty ugly, pretty bearish action. So in order to again, once again, at least start the repair on FuelCell, we just need to break this short-term bearish downtrend to the upside and start and get a support level back above this 715 area. That as yet has not happened, guys. So I am a little bit worried here, definitely in the short term, not necessarily the long term, but the short term about FuelCell and where prices are going. There's not a whole lot of supports in this area. Like I was showing, the next major line of support is down here. It appears to me at either one of these zones around 327 or 314 area if we don't break this downtrending line of resistance. But hopefully we can break out of that at some point in the next 2-3 weeks of trading. This is just looking fairly ugly right now. Let's go over to the momentum chart and take a look and see if there's any hope of anything here. I'm on the daily time frame. Very clear what we need to have happen on the daily is to break above this peak here in June 11th at around 1.19. If we can break back above these zones, that would give us a chance to start the repair process and the healing of the technical damage that has been done on FCEL over the last 6 months. But in the short term, you can clearly see here on the daily time frame, we are starting to put in a consecutive series of negative momentum bubbles. And not only does it not look like it's slowing down, it looks like this trend of the downside could be potentially increasing to the downside, which again, not great, not bearish, but these can turn around in a short period of time, so there's always hope. But we need to see some sort of a rounded bottom here and start getting a series of higher lows and higher highs to take us back into the positive momentum territory, which would eventually allow us to break this resistance zone at about 1.13. So that's on the daily. And then just let's tick down here quickly to the 4 hour, see if we can see anything. Yeah, so we're still here on the 4 hour getting this just awful momentum alignment, lower lows and lower highs, you know, again since February of this year. First negative divergent bottom here in March, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like FuelCell potentially starting to work on a 5th one here. Even if we were to come down here and double bottom, let's see how much time this would be on the current price trajectory. Sometime within the next week or so of trading, that's what I would hope for. That would represent, just because we are operating in this very negative zones of momentum, this would definitely still represent a decrease in price from where I don't know to where I don't know. I mean, from its current levels, we're at 655. I don't know where down here that necessarily represents, but it's not positive price action for this stock. We can just say that until we at least get a double bottom and are able to start working up in some positive momentum alignment and break. You can see clearly here we've got this down sloping trend line of resistance on the 4 hour from the peaks of April 1st and June 10th. I would start getting bullish again on FuelCell if we were able to break back above these levels and start putting in a series of higher highs, higher lows, where we could get a positive divergent bottom somewhere in this area and break back above the 0 line and momentum, which would definitely start the healing and repair process on FuelCell and allow prices to start recovering after this nasty bearish price action we've seen since January of this year. So basically that's it, guys. You know, I don't want to ever be the bearer of bad news on stocks. I'm always looking for the brightest thing. I'm a bull always on stocks. I always want to see prices increase. FuelCell to me right now, yes, the alignment is still bearish, but there are some positive potential things to look out for in the near-term future on FuelCell. If we can just find support and break back above this momentum zone, I think that would start getting prices to increase maybe to a large degree in the short term in the next couple of months. So we have to watch this carefully. for this 4-hour breakout of momentum. And guys, you do not want to miss my fuel cell updates. I'm planning on doing 3 to 4 per week. Really get rolling on the channel. You don't want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe below. Hit the bell notification so you do not miss any updates on fuel cell. Broad market's very interesting right now. You also don't want to miss those updates. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks for joining the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you again shortly in the next one, and goodbye for now.